When we have to notify a family member of a loved one passing from an overdose, it's very emotional.
You know, it's not one of the conversations you want to have with anybody. You don't never want to tell someone's family member that their family member's dead.
This just really hits home. I mean, this is a person, this is a life. This is somebody's daughter, this is somebody's son, this is somebody's father, this is somebody's mother. These drug overdoses have no demographic.
In January of 2017, Brooklyn North detectives created an overdose squad. The mission of the overdose squad is to track the source, the person that sold the poison to an overdose victim, and then to build a prosecutable case against them.
We get reports from the medical examiner's office about the results of people who have passed if it was a drug overdose, and we'll investigate those cases.
The mission of the overdose squad is to speak to the victims, gather up as much intelligence as we can get, and eventually try to identify a drug dealer.
My job begins when there is an overdose. I respond to the scene. I speak to the victim if possible. I speak to as many witnesses as I possibly can.
We'll also look around for surveillance cameras, and we'll pull the surveillance tape from those cameras just to see what exactly led up to the overdose.
And then eventually we put everything together. It's like a puzzle. We put it all together, and then we contact our counterparts in narcotics, and we go from there.
Our goal is to build a strong case with a lot of evidence, and to go forward, we'll confer with the DA's office, who we work very closely with these cases.
Each investigator in the Brooklyn North Overdose Squad was handpicked, and they were handpicked based upon their experience and knowledge in their selected fields.
Having investigators with different backgrounds is this team's biggest strength.
When we go out there and speak to victims, they're like, "Oh, you guys have an overdose unit?" Yes, we do, and we investigate what happens after the overdose, and we try to prevent other overdoses from happening.
Everybody knows somebody that has battled addiction.
I have a ton of friends from high school that have died from overdoses. It's sad, it really is.
I've sat in classrooms in high school where I find out later that the guy that used to sit next to me in math class passed away from a heroin addiction.
What motivates me on this team is just helping people, speaking for them, the dead, and helping their family members, giving them closure.
When I call up victims' parents to notify them that we locked up a drug dealer, that's the best part of the job.
I've seen a lot of drug dealers who've gotten rich off of selling drugs out on the street, and now being on this team, I see all the people who have passed away because of these drug dealers.
To receive a phone call from a family member thanking us for locking up a drug dealer that killed their son is real satisfaction to us, to my investigators.